Every single spring, millions of gardeners walk into their sheds, pull out a bottle of weed killer, spray half their yard, and by July, the weeds are back like they never left. You spend money, you spend time, you bend over pulling and tugging until your back aches. And somehow those stubborn little green invaders still push through the cracks, the beds, the pathways. Meanwhile, there are Amish gardens that stay clean, orderly, and productive all season long. Without chemicals, without constant pulling, and without turning it into a full-time job. So here's the question. What do they know that most of us don't? I'll tell you something personal. Years ago, I was fighting weeds like it was a war. I sprayed, I hoed, I tilled, I pulled until my hands were raw. And still, by midsummer, my garden looked like it had been abandoned. One afternoon, after watching my Amish neighbor's rows stay neat and almost weed-free, I finally walked over and asked him how he did it. He smiled that quiet smile of his and said, "You don't defeat weeds by fighting them. You defeat them by giving them nowhere to live." That sentence changed everything for me. You see, the Amish don't see weeds as enemies to destroy. They see them as opportunists. If you leave space, light, and bare soil, something will grow there. Nature doesn't like emptiness. And that brings us to their mindset. The Amish approach to weed control is built on 3 simple ideas. First, prevention beats correction. It's easier to stop weeds from sprouting than to remove them once they've taken root. Second, cover the soil. Bare earth is an invitation. And third, now work with natural cycles instead of against them. Let timing, shade, and soil health do most of the heavy lifting. Now today, I'm going to share 12 Amish ways to kill weeds without pulling or chemicals. Some of these are incredibly simple, some are surprisingly clever. And stick with me until number 9, because that one is actually the most enjoyable method on this whole list. And it works better than you'd expect. Let's get into it. Heavy mulching. The Amish blanket method. If you only take one thing from this video, let it be this: cover your soil. The Amish use thick layers of organic mulch, straw, shredded leaves, aged wood chips, sometimes up to 3 or 4 inches deep. Here's how you do it. After your plants are established and a few inches tall, lay down a thick, even layer of mulch around them. Don't skimp. If you can still see soil through it, it's too thin. What this does is block sunlight from reaching weed seeds. And without sunlight, most weed seeds simply won't germinate. It also keeps moisture in the soil, which means your vegetables grow stronger and faster. And strong plants naturally outcompete weeds. I've been doing this for years now, and I can tell you, it changed everything for me. The stale seedbed trick. This one is clever. Before planting, the Amish will prepare their garden bed exactly as if they're ready to sow seeds. They smooth the soil, water it lightly, and then they wait. About 7 to 10 days later, a flush of weed seedlings will pop up. Instead of pulling them, they lightly scrape the surface with a hoe on a dry day, just enough to disturb the tiny sprouts. They never get a chance to mature. Then they plant their crops. You've just eliminated a huge wave of weeds before your vegetables even go in. It's quiet, it's patient, and it works beautifully. Close spacing, shade the ground. Modern gardening advice often tells you to space everything widely. The Amish, they often plant closer together, within reason. When your lettuce, beans, or squash leaves grow and overlap, they create natural shade over the soil. And remember what my neighbor said, weeds need a place to live. If there's no sunlight hitting the ground, weeds struggle to grow. You'll notice that in a dense patch of healthy vegetables, there's very little room left for anything else. Vinegar spot treatment. The right way. Now, the Amish don't rely heavily on sprays, but plain white vinegar does have its place. On a hot, sunny day, they'll use straight household vinegar to spot treat weeds in pathways or gravel areas, never on vegetable beds. The key is sunlight. A vinegar works best when the sun helps dry and scorch the leaves. You spray only the leaves of the weed. Within hours, they wilt. It's simple, it's cheap, and it avoids the harsh chemicals most store-bought weed killers use. Boiling water for cracks and paths. This one is almost too simple. If weeds are popping up between stones, bricks, or along fence lines, pour boiling water directly onto the plant. The heat destroys the plant tissue instantly. It won't poison your soil. It won't leave residue. And for small nuisance weeds, it works amazingly well. I've done this along my walkway for years. It takes 5 minutes. Cardboard smothering. Here's one that feels almost like cheating. Lay flattened cardboard directly over a weedy area. Wet it down. Then cover it with mulch or straw. The cardboard blocks light and air. Within weeks, the weeds underneath die off. By the next season, the cardboard has mostly decomposed into the soil. This works beautifully if you're starting a new garden bed or reclaiming a weedy patch, and it requires almost no effort from you, or crop rotation. Now this one doesn't sound like weed control at first, but it absolutely is. The Amish rotate crops every year. Different plants have different root structures and canopy sizes. When you rotate, you disrupt the life cycle of certain weed species that thrive under specific conditions. Plus, rotating improves soil health, and healthy soil grows stronger crops. Stronger crops mean less space for weeds. It's all connected. Early morning hoeing. The Amish rarely let weeds get big. Instead, they do light surface hoeing early in the morning on dry days. You're not digging deep. You're just slicing off tiny weeds at the soil line. Because the soil is dry, the uprooted seedlings shrivel in the sun. 5 or 10 minutes here and there saves hours later. This method keeps you ahead of the problem without heavy labor. Let the chickens do the work. Now this one. This is my personal favorite. If you have chickens, you have weed control assistance. After harvest, the Amish will allow chickens into certain garden sections. The birds scratch, peck, and eat weed seeds and tender sprouts. They also fertilize at the same time. It's efficient, it's natural, and honestly, it's kind of fun to watch. You're turning weed control into part of your farm ecosystem. If you've ever considered backyard chickens, this is one more reason. Thick planting of cover crops. Bare soil in the off-season is a mistake. The Amish sow cover crops like clover or rye after harvest. These fast-growing plants crowd out weeds, protect soil, and add nutrients. Then, before planting season, they cut or till the cover crop into the soil. You're feeding your soil while starving your weeds. Edge control. Around the garden. Weeds often creep in from the edges. The Amish keep grass and wild growth trimmed tightly around the perimeter of the garden. Sometimes they'll lay a thick mulch border or even maintain a bare soil strip that's regularly cultivated. It's like creating a defensive line. If you control the edges, you reduce the invasion. Timing is everything. Here's something most gardeners overlook. Weeds have life cycles. Many sprout heavily in early spring and again in late summer. If you're especially vigilant during those windows, mulching, hoeing lightly, shading soil, you interrupt their biggest growth periods. The Amish pay attention to timing. You don't need to work harder, you just need to work smarter. Now, before we wrap up, let me give you one powerful bonus tip: the fall preparation secret. At the end of the season, instead of leaving the soil bare, the Amish will either mulch heavily or plant a winter cover crop. This prevents winter and early spring weeds from getting established. By the time spring planting arrives, your soil is protected and your weed pressure is dramatically lower. It's one of those quiet, behind-the-scenes habits that makes next season easier before it even begins. So let's bring this together. Weed control isn't about spraying stronger chemicals or spending hours pulling stubborn roots. It's about blocking light, covering soil, strengthening crops, and staying just a step ahead. You give weeds nowhere to live, and most of them simply disappear. I'd love to know, which of these methods are you going to try first in your garden this season? Are you going to start with heavy mulch? Try the stale seedbed trick. Maybe even let some chickens lend a hand. Tell me down in the comments. If this helped you, give the video a like so more gardeners can find it. And subscribe for more practical, old-school gardening wisdom every week. Remember this: your garden doesn't need more chemicals, it needs better strategy. And once you learn to work with nature instead of against it, your garden stays clean all season long.